Good morning, my artists. This morning you will need a Sharpie, paints, paintbrush, water and a tissue. I'm beginning by drawing around an object, my hand, you could choose something else, with a permanent marker. And we use a permanent marker so that when we paint, the paint does not bleed. That's one of the properties of a permanent marker, is that it remains as it is on the page. Today we're going to be exploring space, shape, line, colour, texture, all of the properties of an artwork, the elements of art. So I'm beginning by dividing my page up into different shapes. I'm going to start with the background, and as you can see here, I'm creating wavy lines on my background and subdividing the page into many different pieces. Some of you might have created Zentangles before, same sort of idea. Whereabouts we're going to make small spaces and then fill those small spaces with different line shapes which equal different patterns. So here you can see I'm creating, again, using the permanent marker, I am creating lots of different types of patterns by repeating shapes and repeating lines. So we are going now to move on to the next part of the lesson, which will be colour theory, colour mixing. I would like you just to use the primary colours today. We're going to use yellow, blue and red to make maybe hundreds of different secondary and tertiary colours. Keep your brush nice and clean, washing it between choosing new colours. We are going to create hues of colour. That is where you mix two colours or three colours together to create different colours. If you're adding white, you are turning those hues, those colours into tints. If you add black, you are creating shades, and if you add grey, you are creating tones. For this work, I've decided just to use hues of secondary and tertiary colours. You'll see here I'm preparing carefully many different hues of green. Now before beginning, I have decided that I'm mostly going to use the cool greens and blues with some little flashes of yellow. I'm also going to try and show some lighter and shaded areas, so close to my hand, and on one side I'm going to make the shades darker, and on the other side the colours will be lighter. So you have a think about what you'd like your end picture to look like. Decide this before you start. Think about your composition and how you want it to look at the end. By thinking and working carefully with your colours, you will be able to show the properties and elements of art. You will be able to show texture. You will be able to show form. You will be able to show the light and the shade. Here it looks like the hand is slightly lifted because it's darker on one side. You will be able to show and use all your elements of art to create a beautiful background. The final part of today's class is then just to decorate the inside of the hand, looking at space. No colours, just the space and the lines and shapes inside the hand. I hope you have a super lesson. I hope you enjoy doing this. I have done this on an A4 piece of paper, which has taken about an hour and a half. If you do not want to spend so long on your artwork, fold your A4 piece of paper in half and choose maybe just to do a thumb and finger or a smaller shape. I very much look forward to seeing your work. Have fun!